So, like always, I want to be the first to like my program, to like what I do. Charity should begin at home. So, guys, welcome to my breakfast show. How is everybody doing? This morning, I want to talk about the people we met along the way. It's going to be an interesting program. I'm in the mood to, I mean, talk now. So it's going to be an interesting program. As you join me, you like and share, bring in more people. Let's go. As you join, bring in more people. Let's go. Well, I want to wait for. I did not see my guys yesterday when I went live. Yesterday I went live. I didn't see my guys. I want to wait for them to join us before I proceed. So, guys, if you are a fan of mine, like and share this program. If you are not, then don't do it. We don't beg nobody. We don't force nobody. Okorie Chidebere Sunday, good morning to you. I'm not forcing you to like my program. I'm not forcing you to share it, do what you want. But whatever you choose to do, life must go on. The party must go on. Fellas, I see you. Thank you, Okorie Chidebere Sunday. I appreciate you. The party must go on. You know, I am an experienced man, big time. Experience has taught me a lot. And I always say it is good you go through certain things in life. Disappointments, blessings, and many of them. It will mold you into who you're gonna be. Dr. Kipayo, I appreciate you. Thank you for liking and sharing. You are great. I say it here and I always, whether you like or share, the party must go on. Whether you like it or share it. See, there is no human being on earth that can stop you. Nobody. Only you can stop yourself. I'm the one telling you. Haters cannot stop you. Enemies cannot stop you. You can stop yourself. Guys, let's go. How many are we here? I've got stories to tell you. How many? So more people should join. Taru, how are you? Taru. This name, I don't know the origin. Okay. I just want to spend like 40 minutes and then we are good to go. We move. Nadia liked. Doctor, I appreciate you. Too much efficacy. You like my spirit of resilience. Yeah, so I've got to be, if you've got to be strong or else you fade away. Too much efficacy. If you don't stand up and do what you've got to do, if you don't stand up for yourself, you fade away. You lose. And there is something I discovered in this life. Well, I will tell you guys stories. There is something I found out. Each person that came to your life, that you met, you encountered, came to play a role in your life. Either good role or bad role. Each person you encountered along the way came into your life, whether it is a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a normal friend, anybody you met along the way came to play a role in your life. And you've got to be highly spiritual to know the role that person came to play in your life. Some came to destroy, while some came to build. Some came to push you to the next level. Are you listening to me? That is how it is. It's not even, there is what I call spiritual programming. Some people are programmed. Too much Efizi said he woke up today and he began to appreciate his dad. So now you know. Let me tell you when I began to appreciate women. Let me tell you. When I started appreciating women generally was when I came here and gave birth to my first daughter. Listen attentively. I did not know the value of women, what they stood for, what they have been going, a lot of women went through to raise us. Do you understand me? Now, let me share with you how and why I began to respect women. Was when I gave birth to my daughter. I was a young man then in my 20s. I was a young man, and after giving birth to my daughter, after 2 days or so, we were asked to go home. So I took my daughter home. We couldn't sleep at night. She would wake up at night and begin to cry. Jimmy, Shibeza, I see you. She would wake up in the night and begin to cry. Sometimes she will shit, and I've got to wake up to change the pampers, prepare the food, feeding bottle. Tea, always I see you. After my wife, after few months, my wife went to work. I was left alone with my daughter in winter. I have to feed her, bathe her, change her pampers, prepare her food, feeding bottle. And sometimes she wouldn't sleep. If she doesn't sleep, I don't sleep. I have to take her in cold weather to catch some sleep so that I can rest. Men, the job of babysitting, in fact, babysitters are supposed to be paid 3,000 euros every month. Babysitting a child is a different kind of work altogether. Then my son came. My son was like, he was so troublesome. To the extent, did you know, I cannot go to toilets. Sometimes I had to take him to the bedroom to take shower. I'll put him in that cup. In that, he'll be sitting there so that you'll be watching what they are doing. Did you know how many times children fell out from the window? Here in Austria, 4 years, 5 years children, the mother or the parents went to do something. The child climbed a seat and fell out from the window and died. So, as a mother or a father, as a parent, your eyes are supposed to be on your children 24 hours. At times, if you take your eyes off them, they might pick something dangerous and eat and swallow. They might pick something, but I'm telling you, they might pick a stone. There was a child that swallowed small battery. It was not a small thing. A child that swallowed a small battery. I do not know if the child survived. The child did not survive. So your eyes, do you know what it took? It took me to take care of my children. I did not go to work. I spent years babysitting children. I spent years. People laughed at me. People said this man came to Europe to babysit children. I did not care because they came one after the other. Miss Folashade, I see you. They came one after the other. At the time I became, some people were saying, every time you see Rodi, he pushes kinderwagon. Some say this man has no paper and he's making babies. You see, in this life, you should learn to follow your mind and never you pay attention to distraction, to what people say. I told you earlier before now, I said, everybody that you encountered in life came to play a role. Either that person came to destroy or to build. That person, either that person came to encourage or discourage you. Yes. Positive and negative energies. Positive and negative vibrations. Anybody you encountered either came to help or to destroy. Then, some people were saying, look at this man. He came to abroad. He did not want. I'm going to share stories with you guys this morning. This man came to abroad. He's only babysitting children. He doesn't want to chase after money. My destiny and their destiny are not the same. We don't have the same goal, the same goals in life. The reason I brought myself here, I came on my own. Nobody brought me. And when I came here, I knew what I wanted. What you want wasn't or is not what I want. You said, listen, don't allow people to mislead you. You chase after your dream. I chase after my dream. Your dream might be to build a duplex, and my dream might be to build a bungalow. So you will be chasing money to build a duplex while I chase money to build a bungalow. Your dream might be to buy a car. My dream might be to buy a motorcycle. So our dreams are not the same. Our dreams are not the same. Somebody made a stupid comment. I do not want to share. I don't want to give that person who made a stupid comment. I don't want to give you attention. You are a nobody. You have no symbolic significance. Did you hear me? First, you have no symbolic significance. I don't know who you are. So I don't even wish to know who you are. So get away from here. You don't mean nothing to me. So get out. Listen, this page is for people like me, like-minded people. People that follow this page are like-minded people. If you are not like me, get away. What are you doing here? Somebody said, if you are a Nigerian, then go back to your country. We are discussing something else to tell you how daft some people are. You are not an intelligent person. Look at your comments. You are a failure. Whether I go back to Nigeria, to Ghana, to Cameroon, or I live in Europe, I'm a success. Wherever I am, I flourish. Location. There are people living in Europe who are broke and they did not achieve nothing. In America, the same thing. In Africa, the same thing. So your location does not determine how successful you are going to be. Let me tell you, it's not always. Now I don't want to give you attention. If you make any stupid comments again, I block you. And I don't want you to keep watching me. Because you watching me, you are benefiting from my wisdom. You don't deserve it. Most of the things I say here, I went through it. So I share it with my followers, not with somebody like you. You are not supposed, people like you don't learn in life. Your comments alone shows that you are not intelligent and you are a failure. No, I don't want to. I just gave him now 2 minutes attention. So now, I just want to teach him a lesson. I just want to talk to him now. So let's continue. Whoever you met in life or whoever you meet in life came to play a particular role in your life, either a good role or a bad role. But as you go on this journey called life, you must know what you want, or else you will not achieve your goals. People will talk you out of your destiny. People will talk you out of your goals in life. So a lot of people mocked me. Many said, this man came to Europe and his job is just babysitting. Okay, the story is plenty. Now, you know, where I am strong, you might be weak. And where you are weak, I might be strong. Do you understand me? You cannot just take because you are able to do a particular thing in a particular field. You believe. Elite S, I see you. You believe you are better than others. You might be a good footballer, but you cannot be a good lawn tennis player. Are you understanding me now? You might be a boxer. Mike Tyson is a boxer, heavyweight boxing champion, but he's not a sprinter. He cannot say because he's a boxer and conclude that he's the best. Where Mike Tyson is good, you understand me? Others may be weak or bad. But where others are strong and good, Mike Tyson may be weak. Or do you understand what I mean now? So this is what will guide you in life. We have different talents. We have different talents. That you met somebody in Europe here does not mean you should follow the person's path in life. Somebody you never knew before, you don't know his family background. You don't know how long the person is going to live. A lot of people made many mistakes, so many people made mistakes. Many people were misled by what they saw, who they associated with. When they, not only in Europe here, the whole world, especially in Europe here. And this is why you see some people are living in regrets. When I came here, let me continue. I don't want to beat about the bush. I told you guys this story. As a young boy in my early 20s, an opportunity came for me to move. Listen, my mama was alive then. My late brother was alive then. So as I carried my bag to move, listen, my mama called me. He said, son, come back. I went back. She said that I should kneel down, and I knelt down. She laid her hand on my head and prayed for me. So my elder brother, he's late now, also laid his hand on my head and blessed me and prayed for me. Now look at, there is power in spoken language. Because of poverty, I promised myself when I reach Europe, I was going to do whatever it takes to make money. I was hard-hearted. I said to myself I was going to do whatever it takes to make money because I've experienced poverty. So now, Elite. Okay, Esther, I appreciate you. Preciousness. So as I carried my bag to move, I set on the journey with one of my friend. The guy is late now. As I carried my bag to move, my mama called me back. My mama called me back. She said, my son, if you reach there, I know you are going to reach. If you reach there, please don't sell drugs. I said to myself, how did this woman know my mind, what I wanted to do? She said I should not sell drugs. Cocaine, she called it like that. And that was what she told me. I should not bring the money home. My late elder brother said to me, he said to me, when I reach there, I should cool down. I should not be in a hurry. I should cool down, establish myself, and get documents. I should not live life on a fast lane. I said, okay, mama. I said, my brother, okay. Off we went. Eventually, when I reached Europe, that thing my mother said did not leave my mind. Are you getting the point now? The first time I came to Europe, the first people I met were drug dealers, people who sold drugs. I lived with them. We lived together, we ate together, but I did not sell drugs for one day. Many began to laugh at me. They started laughing. They said, you look strong. You are a man, you look big, you look strong, and you have no heart. I laughed at them because they don't know. I did not tell them what my mother told me. Many began to make jest of me. They said, look at this man. You came to Europe. You don't want to make money that others are making. The news were circulating in town that I was a weak man. Now, the guys I came into this country the same time with, Now, the guys that I came into this country the same time with, I appreciate you, Esther. Now, under 1 week, they shipped 2 cars. The guys I came into this, under 1 week, they shipped 2 cars. And I was still, I had nothing to eat. First, I began to share paper, Zeitung, we call it paper, Werbung, like going house to house to go distribute. At the time, I even sold paper at Uber. People laughed at me. They said, this big man is selling paper. Now, after, I told you guys how I began to cut hairs. Somebody wanted to cut hair. He came with clipper. I gave him a haircut. And others saw the hair. They began to call me. So that was how I began. Are you not hearing me? You should be hearing me by now. Too much effigy. So, I began to cut hair. Then each haircut costed 100 shilling. Then listen attentively. Each haircut, I charged 100 shilling then. I was the first and only African man who began to cut hair here in Vienna. I became popular. I was making money. But before I became popular, there was somebody that came from the same town, that came from my town. Listen. Listen attentively. There was somebody that came from my town He was just, I mean, sending message home that I was useless, that I was living a useless life in abroad. I wasn't smoking, I wasn't drinking, but I decided not to run the streets. So the guy sent message to my people in the village that I was a barber in Europe, that I came to Europe to cut hair, while others are making money. I did not pay them attention. Listen attentively. Listen. So I continued to do my job as a barber, cut hairs. At a time, I became very popular. I became very popular that weekends like this, there were weekends I made like 3,000 shillings, 4,000 shillings in a week. Because there were guys that gave me tip, drink money. That is, sometimes I charged 100 shillings. And there were guys, after cutting their hair, they would give me like 300 shillings, 500 shillings. Then there was money in this country. Somebody from my town sent message back home that I was a barber. So they began to laugh my family that this guy went abroad to be doing haircuts. Listen, I continued with what I was doing and I began to make money. Now, these guys that were running the streets, these guys that were living life in fast lane, every now and then, police will carry them, police will arrest them, they go to prison and come back. And I did not go to prison for one day. All of them went to prison. And when they go to prison, their documents will spoil. At a time, the guys that were laughing at me, listen attentively. At a time, the guys that were laughing at me became jealous of me. They said, this man, this guy is saving his life, saving his documents. He does not want to go to prison. They chose to make money. At a time, they became jealous of me. Are you seeing it now? So they said, one guy, the same guy that came from my town, began to discourage people from coming to cut hair. He began to tell them they should stop coming to cut hair, that I'm so clever, that I was so clever. I don't want to go to prison. I'm saving my documents, that I don't want to go. They have all their documents have all spoiled. But my document did not spoil. Did you know at a time, one man had to go and ask for someone who is capable of cutting hair and they went and brought somebody, another barber, to be cutting hair, to be competing me as a rival. The guy could not meet up. So that was how I survived. My document was intact. Now, a lot of these guys came, made money for 1 year, 6 months. That is, some spent 6 months and went to prison. Some 4 months, some 2 years, it depends. But police caught all of them. Where are they today? Many of them were deported. Many ran away from this country. Many don't have documents till today. Many do not have documents till today. Now, let's go on. Now, some people were saying, okay, you came to this, then I was a young boy. They said, you are just burning children up and down without documents. Now, fast forward today, when my children come out, they start, when did you, some of them, some people that came after will be asking, when did you born these children? Did you bring these children from Africa? They are shocked to see that my children are grown. Listen, many of them are shocked to see that my children are grown. Now again, you see, Some people that are older than me or my age mates, it is now that they are carrying little children, running from kindergarten to school, changing pampers, pushing kinderwagon, having sleepless nights. At over 60 years, 50 something years, something I did 20 something years ago. Don't you see that I'm now free? No child disturbs me. You see, this is why you should follow your mind and pay no attention to distractions. I told you, there are different people that may come your way. Some came to destroy, came to discourage, came to talk you out of your destiny. Today, I'm not doing any work. My children are grown men and women. Had I listened to them now, even do I actually have the strength? I don't have the strength to be pushing kindergarten, babysitting, changing pampers at this age. Now, there was somebody I saw one time. I saw a lot of them. I see, men, listen and learn. One day, I was in a hurry, so I entered a taxi and I joined a taxi. It was one guy that I know way back in the 90s, late 90s. I said, boy, how are you doing? He said he was doing good. I asked him, how about your children? He said he told me the number of children he has. And then I asked him, how old are your children? He said, the first child is 5 years. The second child, like 3 years. I looked at the man. When my children are on their own, he was saying, because he told me that day he was going to pick his child from kindergarten. I said to myself, how come you give birth to children so late? When are you going to be free from raising children? You see, I'm talking out of experience. Listen to me. If you don't follow your mind and allow people to mislead you, you will suffer it alone. These people that will mislead you, they will not be there when you are suffering. These people that will mislead you will not be there when you are suffering. You will be left alone to suffer it. The worst thing that will happen to you is, listen attentively, is when some people will walk and suffer till they die. Are you listening to me? Some people will suffer, labor till the day they go to grave. They will not have a day's rest. Do you understand me? Let me tell you. When you begin to have children in your 50s or 60s, when are you going to be done raising children? See, listen, I told you guys, I said, for everything under the sun, there is a time and a season for it. When you do certain things late in life, you will suffer it. You will suffer the consequences. That is why you will, especially, you will train children till the day you die, and you will work to feed them, clothe them, and then what time do you have left? Nobody lives forever. When do you have time to enjoy your life? This is what I keep asking people. Few days ago, I am an old school here. Few days ago, listen, as I went somewhere, and on my way home, I met one guy. The guy saw me, honked. So the guy honked. When the guy honked, I looked. It was somebody that I know. We hustled together. The guy is still hustling. Then I said a man of my age, I said to myself, what time does this guy has to enjoy life? What time has he to enjoy life? There are people that came into this life. They did not enjoy life till the day they died. And this is what people don't think. You were not born. You were not born to labor till the day you die. You were not born to labor to suffer for your family, for your mother, for your father, for your sisters, for your brothers, for your children. See, there are some mentalities we need to discard. You were not born to suffer for other people till the day you go to grave. And the mistake some people make is, you say, you want to sacrifice for your family. That is bullshit. Complete one. You want to sacrifice. See, when I was driving taxi, somebody said he will train his children and grow with them. This is going to be a topic. I babysat my children. I trained them, changed their pampers. That is, I did everything for them. Took them to school. Now they are grown. They are living their lives. At a time, these children will live their lives. They will leave home. You that is watching me, you left home too. You left your parents. You are not living with your parents. Even if your parents are rich, you want to go and make your money. You've got to go and live your own life. So I see some people, you've never seen anything. When the children grow, they will have boyfriends and girlfriends. They want to live on their own, and they will leave you. They will leave you, even no matter the love they have for you, or no matter the bond. Highest thing is telephone call, mama, papa, I love you, this. But they've got their life to live. So this mistake of thinking, you've got to live your life and allow your children to live theirs. Don't kill yourself for anybody. Do your best for them and move on. When I was driving taxi, listen, I was stressing myself up. Man, at times, take a break and think. That was what saved me. I would have died inside the car. See, at times, no matter how, at times, take a break and have what I call sober reflection. I said I promised myself, I said, man, I lacked a lot of things growing up. I experienced poverty, and I do not want my children to experience poverty. And this is what is happening to many parents. Self-hate. You don't give yourself love. So, because you say you love your children, you go walk day and night. You want to build house for them. You want to do everything for them. So let me continue with this gist now. So, ask anybody who knows me. I was a rough rider. A rough rider. I no degree. Anything you want, even if you say tomorrow, I tell you no, it's happening today. If you want police knows me. They know my case. I was going to police every day. I'm not, ask anybody. I'm not a coward. Now, I stressed myself. I hustled for money. I denied myself sleep. I didn't sleep. I said I want to make money. I competed with people I don't know their family foundation, what their destinies are. Don't make this mistake. Many people have died ignorantly. Compete with nobody. Be the best version of yourself. Don't compete with nobody. Do you understand what I mean? Do you understand what I'm saying now? Now, there were times I woke up by 3 a.m. in the morning to move with my car, to go drive taxi. 3 a.m. That is, I said, man, workers are now preparing to go to work. So I need to carry the first batch of passengers. I will move 3 hours. That is, there were times I worked 16, 17 hours in a day. I was having headache. My body was shaking. I couldn't, man, if you see, but I was making money. Before I stopped driving taxi, if I come out of the car, I would be feeling dizzy. I would hold my taxi, my car for like 10 minutes before I could make a step. I had my promise, I made like 300 euros every day. I would hold my car like this, for like 5-10 minutes before I could recover. Now look at what happened. At the time I began to ask myself, I said, what if I die? Then what did I labor for? For who? What if I kill myself? Life, my children will continue living. My wife will keep living. And one day as I lay on my bed, I asked myself, yes, sometimes there were days I made more than that. If you are new in Europe here, now people say it's no longer like that. You don't make money like that before. There was a day I went out in the night, I came back with 450 euros. I went to village like 3 times. 400, this happened under 4 hours. I came back with 450 euros. There was a time I carried a drunk man. He said he was going to Budapest from here, from Vienna. I cabled it. I made money instantly. Story plenty. Now, that's why when I see some people that is know when to quit. That is the important thing. Know when to save your life. Some people did not know when to stop. And the thing took their head. We don't have the same gene. Do you understand what I mean now? We don't have the same gene. So, one day, as I lay on my bed, I asked myself, why was I stressing myself out? No sleep. I don't have time for myself. Nothing. I couldn't even go to restaurants. Then I asked myself, what if I buy land, build houses for my children? If I should buy land and build houses for every one of them, which one are they going to do then? What are they going to? That is, I came into this life to suffer for them and then die. Which work are they going to do? That is, I suffered for them just like that. And sometimes, you may suffer for your children. When you are gone, when you die, they sell off the properties and move on. Yes, I've seen it happen several times. You may suffer all these things, deny yourself the good things of life. You may suffer. You may deny yourself the good things of life. Do you understand me? And then buy properties, buy everything for your children, only for you to die. I've seen it happen many times, and your children sell off the whole properties. Nick Love, I appreciate you. Now look at, When my brother died, when my brother died, I was mourning my brother. I was in my shop mourning the death of my brother. One lady came, one lady, a customer of mine, beautiful lady, came to my shop. And I announced to her that my brother died in Thailand. The lady said to me, she said, "How did he live?" I said, she said to me, "How did he live?" Iron man, I see you. The important thing is, how did you live a happy life or a miserable life? Did you live a happy life? That is the question. Did you live a happy life or did you live a miserable life? One day I went somewhere. Don't live, see, this life, you've got one life to live. And if you don't live it very well, it is up to you. One day I went to one man's shop. And as we discussed, the guy said the mother gave birth to 12 of them. And when the mother died, the last one was a baby. The mother was running up and down to take care of the children, to cater for the children. Stress killed her. Stress killed the mother. This guy told me, she said she learned something from it. As the mother died, all the children survived. They are grown men and women today. As the mother died, all the children survived. So the woman just killed herself. She hates, that self-hate. That's self-hate. When things happen around you, when you hear stories, learn from it. It must not happen to you before you learn. But when it happens to other people, they say, a smart person, listen, a smart person learn from other people's mistakes. That's being smart. But a foolish person learn from his own mistakes. You should not wait. Don't wait for it to happen to you before you learn. Because there are mistakes you make, it will consume, it will take your life. If you wait for it to happen to you before you learn, you might be crippled. There are some mistakes that might cripple you for life. So that thing that happened to people that made them fail, made them miserable, you learn from it and make sure it does not happen to you. So, for many years, I was having constant headache, competing with people, bone problems, sitting 12, 13 hours inside car every day. Said, promised myself to make money. My children did not even care about it. They don't even know if I have anything. They don't know if I have anything or not in life. They don't care. They want to. That was what woke me up. Especially these children that were born in abroad. They don't care. All these men that are building houses in Africa, there was something that made me to have a rethink. Did you hear me? Something made me to have a rethink. Some of these houses you are building in Africa, these children don't have time for it. They don't have time. Do you understand me? They don't have time. Don't just go kill yourself. Give me 1 second. Go, don't. Give me 1 minute now. 1 second. So I'm back, guys. So, when I was stressing myself out, chasing after money, when I was stressing myself out, one day I called my first son, all my sons, I have 3 sons. I called them. I said, listen, I bought this thing in Africa. I did this, I did this, I did this. Listen attentively so that you learn. I gathered them, they were here. As a father now, a proud father with 3 sons. I said, listen, I did this, I did this. You know what my son told me? He said, Daddy, why are you investing in Africa? He said he does not know Africa. You see, if I want to do anything, I should do it here in Vienna, where they were born, where they know. He said they don't know anybody in Africa. Why do something in Africa where they don't know nobody? They don't know how to go about it. He said, even if I choose to relocate to Africa, they cannot go to Africa to live. They have their life here. Their job, their girlfriends, their boyfriends, and everything. I said, but listen, they said the only thing they can do is to come visit me if I should go to Africa and return back. You see, it was good I asked them. Even to today, yes, they said the only thing they can do is if I should relocate to Africa, they only come on to visit, and that's it, and come back here. Man, I said to myself then, why am I stressing myself, saying I want to build house, I want to do this, when the children are not interested? When the children are not interested, they have no interest. Now, all my children, yes, they are all with their girlfriends and their boyfriends. Are you going to carry them? They have their life here. Are you going to uproot them with their girlfriends, with their lives and everything, their career? Do you understand me? So, and never you force your children. I know so many men. I saw guys here who built magnificent houses in their villages. All those houses are lying empty, unoccupied. They are still here. Their children are still here. They have grandchildren already here. And these village houses, you cannot sell it. You have it only there. They honor you. Now, if you see this guy's house, and that's just that. Do you understand me? Even one man, I don't need to mention them. If you see the house he built in his village, the children he born here that he gave birth to here that are in their 40s now, going to 50s, as they have not even gone there to live. Now, the question to you is, what's the purpose of doing such? When I tell people I have not built house in the village, they say, look at this man, you are a lost man, blah, blah. It's not like that. There are so many things going on in I'm about hitting 60 years old. If I should build a duplex now in my village, let's say I build a duplex now, who is going to be living there? My children, they all have their white girlfriends and white boyfriends. So my grandchildren are going to be mixed race children. How am I going to do it? Now, if I should go and build duplex because other people built duplex, so I'll be living in that duplex with my wife alone. My life cannot be your life. I'm not going to Africa to go marry another wife. I'm tired of, I don't have time for stress. Do you understand what I'm saying now? I don't have time for stress of marrying another woman. Now, I ask myself, if I should go now, and build a duplex in my village, so only me and my wife will be living in the duplex. How often are we going to sleep in that duplex in the village? How often are we? Have you seen it now? And then again, if what happens if we pass on? What happens if we die? What will happen to that building that I spent so much money that I labored to build? What's the purpose of building that house in the village when my children cannot go there to live in? Are you getting the point now? What's the purpose of me toiling to build a house in the village when my children, you understand me, cannot go to live in that house in the village? Let me tell you what you don't know. Let me tell you. There is no child that was born in abroad here. There is no child that was born in abroad here that will go to the village to go and live in the father's house in the village or go to defend it. No, nobody. So you need to don't labor in vain. Man, I'm telling you what I know for sure. Even my children are telling me that if you want to do anything, do it here. Okay, I always encourage people, I say, have one thing like holiday home, or maybe if you choose to retire in Africa, retirement home. Now, have you ever thought of many things? Let's have a matured discussion this morning. Let's have a matured, because I know most of the guys that are watching now are grown men and women. Where do you want to be led to rest when you pass on? Many of you watching me here are living in abroad. Would you want to be led to rest in a village where your children cannot go? Don't even know how to get there. Your children don't even know how to see. Before, there was a guy. I met this guy. I don't need to call names. The guy told me, I met the guy in the gym. We were, money bag. Listen, you said in your home, let me tell you something. It depends on your children, on your situation. There are people, men who are living in Europe, but they have wife and children in Africa. That means you have your children, you have your family in Africa. Your biological children are living in Africa. Now, how about people who don't have any other family in Africa? Like the people who don't have wife and children in Africa. Their wife and children or their husband are in Europe here. If they die, how can you take somebody? Listen. How can you take somebody? Listen attentively. Let's analyze this issue. Now, you have your children in abroad, your wife, and you died. They went to dump you somewhere in the village where your children cannot even go. How often are your children going to go to your grave? We're going to look at different, at both sides of the coin. Do you understand me? Now, because this is a thing of choice. That is something you want. That's your will, what you want. Now, I told you guys the story of a man here. A man here, when this man died, the man wrote a will. He called the wife. He called the sister came from UK to visit him here in Vienna. And he now told the sister, please, he knew he was going to die. He said, please, When he eventually dies, they should not take his corpse to Africa. He has two daughters. He said he wants to be buried where the daughters are. When the man died, he was buried here. And there are so many men and women who have made that decision. Do you understand what I mean now? There are so many men, it is a thing. So many men, some men argued, why should you go and dump them where their children cannot come to visit their grave? Are you listening to me? Why should you be buried where it's like you are living in abroad, let's say in California, in Europe. You are living in abroad, and when you died, and you know that your children cannot go home. Even there are so many people watching me now, their children don't even know their village. Many people that are watching now, if you ask their children to go to their village on their own, they cannot. Okay, let me use myself as an example. My children does not know my village. They don't know my village. And it is the same case with so many people whose children were born in abroad. You need to keep it real. Can your children born in abroad locate where you are from your village? Can they? Do they know your village? So how do you think when you die they can go to visit your grave or go defend the house you built in the village? Man, let's use our brain in doing things. Even at this stage, self now, as I am every day I sit down at home, I think about a lot of things. Which way forward? Which way? May I see you? Which way forward? What is the best solution? How do we go about it? Somebody is saying take them. Are you taking, you want to take grown men and women? Are they children? Am I, the one he said take them. What are you talking about? You are saying take them as if they are babies. Do you understand me? Are you going to take, my first daughter is 29 years, another one is 25 years or 26 years, another one, my son is 24 years, going to 25 years. I have my second son is 21 years. My youngest is 18 years. You say take them as if you are picking. These are men and women that are in relationships. You want to say take them home as if you are taking a small baby. You understand what I mean now? So this issue of saying, that's why you see me, let me tell you, live your life. That is, do what pleases you. This is what I've learned. At certain age, you don't need to care what people say or seek external validation. Do what will please you and please your family. Do what will make your... One day, listen to me. I was communicating with one man. That was way back. I was proud of myself. I bought a land, I did this, I did this. One man I was communicating with said, you live in Europe here. You have your family in Europe, and you are investing in Africa. What if something happens to not to me, or think along this line. Unforeseen circumstances might occur. What if something happens to you? Who will inherit those properties? And many of us, listen, many of us made investments. We have investments today that our children don't know. The investments are in Africa, but the children cannot locate even where these investments are. The land you bought somewhere in Africa, the shop you own somewhere in Africa, the thing you own, all those things, your children don't even know where they are. So if you're no longer alive, it is likely that family members may take those properties. That is, you labored for. Some family members that may have been enemies to you while you were alive. Are you listening to me? Some family members may take over something that was supposed to belong to your children. There is something I love about this Europe here. If you invest in Europe here, 1,000,000% it is 1,000,000% sure your children will inherit it. Europe is not like Africa. Men, we cannot see road and enter forest. We cannot see road and enter forest. We can see. You cannot see a pit and fall inside that pit. Listen, you cannot. Guys, follow this page now. What's going on? And before you go further, I want you to go to my YouTube channel and subscribe to my YouTube page. Go to Uncle Rodi on YouTube and subscribe to my YouTube page. Or look at my bio. You see my bio on TikTok there. Go to that bio, you will see YouTube. Press that link. It will direct you to my YouTube and subscribe to my YouTube page. That's a way of supporting a brother. We keep it real here. Discover to make Europe here is shock for your children. No argument. Nobody will get investment, maybe a car garage, an apartment. Any investment you make here, that investment will reach your children, especially in Europe here. But the one you made in Africa, there are so many predators. Let me call them. There are so many predators. They are somewhere. Many family members are waiting for you to die. Many family members are sitting, waiting for you to die, for them to step in. Their prayer is for you not to come back, for you to die. You see some people say, when they laugh at you, said you spent all your life in abroad, you did not invest anything in Africa. Not an experience they talk. What I know now, I told you guys, I said, listen, if I had known all my investments would be here in Europe, I will leave only one thing in the village and one thing in the city. Only one thing in the village, holiday retirement home. In case I choose to retire, as an alternative, I always say create alternatives for yourself. Leave one thing, maybe a plot of land in the city and a plot of land in the village. And that house in the village should be a bungalow, depending on how you want it. It depends on your pocket. But unless you want to be a polygamous man, I'm talking to men now. Unless you want to be a polygamous man, you want to marry many wives, have family in Africa, have family in Europe. I know men like that who have children everywhere. I don't want to have children up and down. I don't want stress at this age. I don't have time for stress. I know what it takes to babysit children, to raise children. I don't want to have a repeat of that. You understand me? I don't want to be running up and down. One family in Africa, one family in Europe, one family elsewhere. How long are you going to live that you are accumulating stress upon yourself? Do you understand what I mean now? How long are you going to live that you are accumulating stress upon yourself? You have a family. I know so many people. See, my son asked me a question that even took me off balance one day. I said, where did this boy get such wisdom? I told you guys one day as I called them, I said, listen, you need to go and know the origin, where your ancestors come from, where your grandparents come from. Look at what my son told me. I was shocked. He said, Daddy, I don't know your father. He does not know my father. He said he does not know my grandparents. He does not know my father. He does not know my mother. That they don't know their grandparents. And at a time, their children and their children's children might not know me. So what's the essence of stressing ourselves? I don't know my grandfather. I did not meet, let me tell you, I did not meet any of my grandfather. I only met my grandmother, my maternal grandmother. I did not meet my maternal grandfather. I did not meet my paternal grandfather. I didn't meet anything. Why should we keep accumulating stress, troubling ourselves as if life is forever? Many of you watching me now don't even know who your grandparents are. You did not meet them. Some are fortunate. Some are lucky. Some are lucky to meet their especially you meet mainly your grandmothers. The most grandparents we met were women. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Most of the grandparents we met were women. So life should be made simple. Life is good. See, it is very good to have what you need in life. That is your own thing. Like, prepare your life, but don't stress your life. The food you've got to eat, accommodation, your health insurance, all what you need. Make sure you have it so as not to beg, but don't stress yourself unnecessarily. It's not worth it. Let me tell you what changed my mindset. A lot of people we came here together with, they are no more, they are dead. Men and women. Even there are so many core Africans who were buried here in Austria. Many people were buried here. Men and women. They are no longer alive. When I look back and remember the people who were once on this earth, today they are no more. Man, I think there is a way I see life these days. I count every day as a blessing. I see every day as a blessing. And I don't stress myself much for material things anymore. Money. I don't stress myself. If I'm able to have money to buy myself food. When I was younger, I was a warrior. But then, the only thing I will advise a lot of you guys here is, let me tell you, what I will advise, make sure you have what to eat at old age, and that's it. Make sure you have what you can eat at old age, and that's it. Somebody said, I should add him. Who is that person? How often do you come to my live broadcast? Are you a co-follower of this page? All these people that want me to add them, to bring them in, I don't know who you are. Who you? Do you understand me? You are first time here and you want me to add you. Old schools, people that have been following this page are the people I want to bring in. I can't. See, they say tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. Tomorrow belongs to those who prepare. Okay, Elite S said I should bring you in. Elite S said I should. Elite S is a core follower of this page. He said I should bring you in. You see, this is how I respect my fans. Let me bring you in. There are owners of this page. When they say I should bring you guys in, I do it. I respect them a lot. These are people, whether I'm doing good or bad, when I make videos, bad videos, they are still with me. I respect them. So,
how are you, Uncle? You're good, man.
Yeah, thank you. Please, if I bring you in, mute. If somebody is speaking, the people that are not speaking should mute their telephones. Let's hear from the AP. Okay.
All right, Uncle, this topic you're talking about, yeah, is family, kids, not going abroad, not seeing it. So, for example, if you are British, you live in the UK, you live in the UK. Someone like me, my family are from Pakistan, but I'm born in the UK.
Okay.
My mom and dad, they come from Pakistan. They came to the United Kingdom long time, 1940s, 1950s. Yeah? So, you was talking about your kids. Specifically, you was talking about how your life and how now you're transcending that no one else should take their kids to show them how, for example, if somebody is living in the UK, African, Congo, and you go to and then you got kids, should he not take his kids to Congo and show them, listen, I was born here, yeah? This is where your granddad sit. This is where your grandma sit. This is how I used to cook my food. This is the way of life I lived. To show them. If you not show them at a young age, they're never gonna go. They don't know. When you show them at a young age and you show them what you got, you show them, listen, we built this yard for you. You can come anytime. You got something there. You got some sort of, look, parenthood. It's not easy, like you said. At this your age is different. So you done your bit. You're chilling. Yeah? Your kids are grown. What we're talking about now, people who have got young kids, don't you think they should take their kids? If they're actually from another country, they should take their kids and show them their family roots.
Let me come in now, please. I did not say you shouldn't take your children to Africa. I didn't say that.
But you're not giving a positive side of it.
Excuse me. I did not see.
The kids, they want, there's people there in Africa. They will take this, they will take that. Listen, it's not just Africa. It's in Pakistan, Asia, it's in UK, it's in Europe, it's in America. It's everywhere. The time you die.
Okay, you tell me. Excuse me now.
If you have siblings, they probably never even seen you in their life.
Excuse me. Let me come now. Did you know? Let's discuss. We are not arguing. Let's talk one after the other. Listen. There are people who were born in UK after the death of their parents. These children couldn't go back home again because their parents, who were supposed to take them to maybe Africa, Pakistan, India, are dead. Let me give you, take Austria as an example now.
No, that's different. They're dead.
No, let me come. Allow me. Just listen to me. Now, I know so many people from ex-Yugoslavia, you understand me, Croatia, Serbia. When they came here, their parents were still alive. They gave birth to their children here in Vienna. So these guys, that's the first generation that came here. They have their children and grandchildren here. Now, along the line, this journey, we all migrated from somewhere. Along the journey, like I've been living here when my parents died. These people have been living here. So as they were here, their parents died. Or as they are here, their parents died. Many of them told me, not one, I drove taxi for many years, said they have no reason of going to even Hungary. We share border with Hungary. Slovakia, Slovenia, Serbia, they said they cannot go because their parents and the people, their blood relatives, they knew then, are dead. They have no reason going there. And their grandchildren, they only go there when they have somebody, a biological relative who is still alive.
Society has now changed. This is the problem we have. Is now the generation, like you said, they get older, and when they get older, they go to their country. And when they see their country, they say, "Wow, my parents never took me when I was young. And is this my country? Is this Africa? What? Beautiful, everything." Beautiful clothes, beautiful water. Corruption is everywhere. Let's not.
Okay, let's hear from somebody else. Hold on, please. Hold on. Let's hear from Ikem and the person that you comment. Okay, now.
Uncle Roddy, what you are saying. From my own opinion, I agree 100%. The thing in life is that people have different experiences in life. 100%. Well, I think that age. I'm in my 50s.
B, please mute your telephone. He has an interesting. B, mute your telephone. Okay.
I'm in my 50s, and I've got older children, similar to what you said about your own children, the ages 28, 26. We've been living in this country now for 30-something years. We brought up these children here. The economic situation, the political situation, the thing is that not bringing them all back home is going to be very, very difficult for them to go back home and settle. So what you are saying is absolutely right. Anyway, for younger people, they will understand. I think our problem is that we are too emotional when it comes to back home. Emotion is so dangerous because people make so many mistakes because of emotion,
Yeah.
So we are from there. We need to do it. But the issue is, unfortunately, because of the way things are back home, we've come to Europe, we've settled. We found our children in this country. The children have gone to school, gone to uni, are working, they've got their girlfriend, their partners. So it's not going to be easy.
It's not going to be easy. They don't understand it. If you can please, if you talk to people, they don't understand it.
Yes.
Children that were born there, they went to their primary school, they went to kindergarten, primary school, secondary school, uni, and everything they went to. They have their life here. How are you going to take them to Africa? How is it possible?
It's not going to be easy.
Keep talking, bro.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy because you brought them up here. Their mindset is totally different from the people back home.
Can I jump in?
Allow him to finish, please. Allow him to finish. Please, allow him to finish.
I'm 42 years old. I've got 4 kids. Yeah? And you know what? When I go on holiday, I take them back home. I take them to my motherland, where my parents were brought up, where my granddad, where my forefathers. I take them there and I show them. And I try my best to do what I can, whatever I like, whatever I do. But family, they love it. They love it. They love it. And they always say, I want to go back Pakistan. I want to go back Pakistan. And it's not easy for us to go every other because things are hard. Yeah, so you script and save and you save. And people like to want to go to Dubai and whatnot. Listen, I want to go to my country. And when I was young, when I was a baby, I wasn't really feeling it. And them times was different. Because Pakistan, them times they were living in, like, if we was living in 1960s, they were living in 18th centuries. Do you know what I mean? And now it's going to
Okay, AP, allow the... AP, mute your telephone, please. AP, mute your telephone, please. B, I need to drop you. Now you can continue with your listening. Let me bring in more people. This B, your telephone is
You see, Uncle Roddy,
okay.
a lot of people, I understand. Oh, people back home, oh, we need to go back home, we need to go back home. You take the children back home. Well, like I said earlier, and like rightly what you were saying, it is not going to be easy when the children have been brought up abroad. They've done all their education, even though you take them home, it's different from going home for 1 month or 2 months. You have some money to spend, they enjoy themselves. It's to go and live there, it's a totally different thing.
No, living there at a young age, they can. When they get older,
no, it's not.
When they're young,
Maybe your
it's
own
easy for them.
situation
They're
is
babies, they
different.
can adapt. When
Maybe
they get
your own
older,
situation is
because
different.
their life is different.
No, maybe because your own situation is different. I know from
Why our situation? Hold on. When they go to school, hold on. My brother, you know, I'm not making sense. When a baby, as a young, really young, yeah, we're talking about young, they can adapt. So they can get to that way of life quickly. When you're older, it's very hard because all you lived is the UK or the thingy life. So you're the one. When you go there, you're living a different life. So it's going to be very hard when you're older.
If you take them home when they're
it's
young,
more easier.
If you take them home when they are still young to settle there, that's different. But
It's easy. It's more easier. It's more easier for our parents to settle their kids in a different country than when they're older, because then the kid, when they hit 15, 16, that's even harder. You know?
That is what I'm saying. That when the kids have grown up in this country, in Europe, it's difficult now for them to go and settle.
Yes,
there.
I agree.
Yes,
Yes,
that's what I'm saying.
Older,
You can take them home when they are young for them to settle there. That's different. But once the children have grown up here, they've gone to school here, they're working, they're earning good money in Europe. It's not going to be easy now to send them back to Africa to go and live. In fact, you're not going to tell an adult to go to Africa to go and live, or Asia.
No way, yeah. It's going to be very, they can't. But this is my point, is that what I'm trying to say, but I'm not trying to say that. What I'm saying here in the panel is, listen, if you've got kids at a young age, take your kids back home for a holiday, show them your roots. Don't forget your roots. Yeah?
Okay, let's hear from the next, please.
Now you left Africa, and now you got a green card or whatever, black card, red card or whatever, and now you're good to go. And don't forget your homeland. Don't forget where you come from.
Let's hear from the next person, please.
That's what I'm saying.
You're right.
Let's hear from the other people, please.
The thing is, the people like, you know what?
AP, please, I want let's hear from other people.
Can I say what Africa and DB do? Those people that your country.
AP, I will drop you. I will disconnect you now. It's enough.
You can go and help them.
Allow other people to speak.
Sorry, I'm going to go. That's all I want to go.
Okay, good. Okay. Let's hear from you. Let's hear from other people.
Thank you.
So let's hear from the next, please.
Hello?
Hello, you are free now to speak.
Oh, okay. Okay, can I speak?
You are free.
Hello? Yeah, right. Bottom line, yeah, I'm an African. I'm on 50s. I've got kids that's my firstborn is 25 now. From my own experience, I can say this. It is our responsibility to make sure that our children knows our roots, experience it, and live with it, with the part of themselves. Otherwise, they will be lost and ever. There is a saying that I always say, if you don't know where you're coming from, you wouldn't know where you're going. So it is very important that us that's living out in the UK, us that's living abroad, to make sure that we're showing our kids our roots. And it's up to the children. Everyone is different. I've got 5 kids. Two of them doesn't want to know nothing to do with Africa. I'm Congolese of origin. But the other 3, they love Congo. They want to move back to Congo. They want to live their life in there. So, but we can't say that it's so difficult as we think it is. We need to put them in that exposure so that they can experiment their own roots for them to make the right choice. Where there is a will, there is a way.
Let me come in now, please.
Blocking ourselves, not taking like
Okay, let me come in now, please. Let me ask you a question. Where are you now? Where are you? You are in the UK. See, do you think? You see, most people have the plan of going back to their native land, but end up dying in the country where they are living. Do you think when you are no more that your children will on their own go back to Congo? I listen, it is impossible.
children.
Were they born in UK? Excuse me, sir. Were they born in the UK?
All born in the UK. The first one born in Belgium, the 4 other one born in the UK.
Now, these
So
children.
I'll tell you, there's 2 of them that doesn't want to learn. Yeah, all my children, that's what I said. My first one was born in Belgium. My 4 other ones are born in the UK.
Okay, sir.
They're born and bred UK.
Now,
But because I put the exposure to the other, yeah.
Now, if you don't go to Congo and live, listen, please. If you don't go now and live in Congo, there is no how when you pass on, when you die, your children are not going to go and live in Congo, and that's it. You have to go and live in Congo with them for years for them to feel Congo. But staying in UK and saying they will go to introduce, that is, it's not going to happen, and that's it. That's the simple truth. I know what I'm talking about.
About that, because I'm telling you, I'm giving you my own experience. I'm not talking on behalf of somebody else. I'm giving you my own experience. For the kids that I've taken to Congo more often, those one are always planning to go back to Congo no matter what. We gain older. I'm in my 50s. We get in order. It's until our back home country fix up with all the health and order to support us when we be older. Most likely we'll be here, but they're planning to move back on themselves. Did you get what I mean? So this is what I'm saying. You need to put them into the exposure.
No, my brother, please. Unless if,
Don't mind me.
please, sir, you cannot, just because you take your children on vacation in Congo few times in their life, excuse me, sir, few times in their life will not make them to go and live in Congo. This is just like you taking them on vacation to Greece, to Thailand. You understand me? Saying you went on vacation for 1 month or 2 months in Congo will not make these children live in Congo.
Pardon? Sorry, I missed you there.
Okay, I said, just because you took them on vacation to Congo few times will not make these children go and live in Congo forever when you pass on. Let's hear from Cosmos. Let's hear from Cosmos, please. Please mute your telephone. My Congo brother, mute your telephone. Let's hear from Cosmos, please.
Yes, good afternoon, guys.
Yes, we are listening to you.
Yes, I'm Cosmos. I live in Zurich.
Okay.
And, I've been here for around 28 years. And I have 2 kids here in Switzerland.
Okay.
Yes, they're around 16 and 15. Even I just built one of my village houses. I just finished some 2 months ago.
Okay.
And it just came in my brain. It just came in my brain. What about this big house? Okay, not very big, but just medium big. What about when I pass on? Who will really live in this house?
Good.
Yes. It's like, okay, it's fine. I said, okay, let me do it because just my father had a big land, inherited it from his grandfather, from his father, who is my grandfather. It's a big land. I said, okay, let me build something there to hold the land, or else the land will be stolen. In Kenya, it's like if you leave a land for a long time,
They might steal it.
yeah, they'll steal it. So I said, okay, let me build something. But me building something small, it's only for my level. Like, I was thinking, they will laugh at me. I live in Switzerland, and they think I have money and build something small. Then I built something bigger, not very big. But at the end, I'm just even thinking, who will live there?
Thank you, my brother. This is the reality. Thank you so much. Why are we Africans? Think it. Who will live in that house?
Who will live there? My sister already, she's in the city. She goes there maybe once in 2 months to look at my place. I got one boy there, son of a neighbor, a poor neighbor there, who goes to cut the grass and maybe open the door, dust goes out. Me, when I go, the house is in the village. I go to city Nairobi, where I go 3 times a year. And so I just, even to stay 1 week in the village is difficult for me.
Okay. Okay, let me come now. You that was born in Kenya, you find it difficult to stay in the village. Now, how about children that were born in abroad?
Okay, this is about the village house. Talk less of the one in the city where I grew up. Where I grew up. Okay, fine. This is another thing. I married an African woman, a Kenyan woman there, and we have 2 kids. And with time, I'm thinking, these kids, when they grow up, I want them to come to Europe because here we have jobs and the salaries are higher here. So at the end, even if the 2 houses I have in the city, where you call it a city, where I'm more interested, the 2 kids who are in the city, I think they will end up coming in Switzerland to work. So who will inherit these houses? Okay, leave alone the one in the village. Okay, fine, it's in the village. The ones in Nairobi city, who will inherit them? The 2 kids have Swiss passports, or even if they still live in Kenya. They will come and work here. And I'm almost thinking to bring them here already. So what I did was for nothing.
In the city itself, it's a little bit fair than in the village. In the city, you know,
They want talking of fair. They want talking of fair. Already I'm 50-50. Me going there.
the same thing like me now. I sell my own every day.
I'm Roma is just facing you on your door.
Even the mistake people make is laboring in vain. Even you see let's hear from the next person, please. My kids. Let's hear, please. Mute your telephone. Let's hear from my kids, and then some other person.
Okay, wait. I'm talking now.
Okay.
Okay, can you hear me?
Everybody's listening to you.
Can you hear me?
Very well. People are listening to you.
Okay, thank you so much. Like, I am boiling. Don't talk. I'm talking on the phone. Because you know one thing about us, the Africa, we don't like the truth, but the truth must be said. No matter how we try to twist this thing, nothing will make our children to come back home. Now, if you watch, you see that these white people, they are taking some of our Africans, they become their citizen. You are developing their country. They are like you are counted as one of the numbers. Like they are increasing. Why in Africa we are getting decreased? Even if you like, you take your children back home. Like let's say once in a year or once in 2 years, you take your child back home. Nothing will make that child to come back to that place. And so many of us, we will go on to build houses, to buy land, to do so many things. Who are we? Like the way I am now, I am no longer living for myself now. Whatever I am doing, I am trying to keep something, a legacy, something for my children. So if they start growing up tomorrow, they will have somewhere to lay their hands and start building their lives. And one thing again, I am not going to do everything for them. I will not buy myself in the name of trying to make life to be okay for my children. Because now that I'm in abroad, I'm suffering to build all these things. They can grow up tomorrow and they won't know how I have washed toilets, I have washed plates, I have do a lot of things to make up this investment. Do you get it? That they will now useless or do it anyhow they want to do it.
Yes.
You see some people that their fathers will leave lands, will leave houses for them. When they grow up, they will leave that the inheritance of that their father. Hey, check it. They will leave the inheritance of that their father and go to another place and build house. Do you get it now? So they are going to forsake the one that their father had built for them. So what am I saying? No matter how we try to waste this thing, it is not possible for our children to get back home. If you like, continue making investment. All these things they are in vain. When you get old, everything will be like, let me say, will be like a film on your face. You are going to reap everything that you sowed. And by the time you get old, that is when it's going to be clear to your eyes, oh, I have made this mistake. What am I going to do? Because these children, they have opportunity of getting jobs, getting houses, riding cars, everything accessible to them. I know it's not possible in Africa, but it's like selling your birthright. It's like selling yourself. It's like selling your generation. It's like selling everything about you. Nobody's going to talk about, because I know so many people from my place, nobody talks about them, nobody remembers them, because if you ask, they'll say, oh, their children are in abroad, their children are this. There's this one that came back that they buried their father. Immediately they finished everything, the children now zoomed off. Nobody talks about them again. Now the whole place started developing grasses. Now they pay people that they now put tenants. In fact, they don't even use the place again. So the truth, I support the host and every other person that is saying that if you don't bring back our children, they will be lost. just forget about your generation. Let me just say it like that. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you. Let's hear from Somadina, please. If you're not talking, please mute your telephone so that we can hear others, please. Let's hear from Somadina.
Hello, Uncle Rudy. How are you?
I'm fine. We are listening to you.
Yeah, I started listening to you from, I think, 2 days ago when you were starting this live. And you started by narrating all the difficulties you encountered as a result of when you came to Europe and you didn't have papers. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And how it affected your life and how it is still affecting your life in this moment.
Mm-hmm.
I can relate with you. Honest to God, I can relate with you. What a lot of people don't understand is that this paper issue, how it affects people in later years in their life. Even when you finally get this paper, the harm has already been done. You understand? Me, I was in UK for a long time. I didn't have this paper. I had my own kids. They gave my kids paper and they still refused to give me paper. You understand? Let me tell every black person now, it doesn't matter your condition in Europe, immigration rules are meant to destroy black and brown people. Have you heard of an American, a Swedish, a Canadian that has immigration problem in any part of the world? It never happens. It is only black and brown people that have immigration problems. On the issue of this children issue, because I couldn't take my children back home when they were younger, because I could not travel, because I didn't have papers. Now that I have papers, my children are grown up. And now they're not even interested to go again. They are not interested to go. And let me be honest with anybody. If you think because your children have settled down here, even, let me tell you, it is a lose-lose situation for us. So even the children that have now settled down here, they are still second-class citizens here. Because all across Europe now, there's a legislation that most of their government have passed, which is that they have right to strip you of your citizenship as long as your parents are not third generation citizens.
My brother, this is not true. Please don't say this. I disagree with that. If you are a citizen of a country, it depends on the country you live in. But here, nobody's. See, let me tell you. Don't tell me what I know very well. It's not every country. Every country.
Uncle Roddy, what he's saying is only if that child commit a crime against his state. Like
Yes.
terrorism.
Exactly.
That's it. Not only because, excuse me, even if a white person whose generation began here commit the same crime, they will strip him of the citizenship. Let's continue.
No, they won't. Let me give you an example. Ikem, I think you understand what I mean. If you're a citizen, as long as I am Nigerian now, my kids are here and they are citizens here. But because I'm a Nigerian and my kids have parentage from Nigeria, if they commit any crime here, they can be stripped of that British citizenship. Uncle Rudy.
Yeah, if they commit crime like a serious offense, like murder, yes. They've got a law now in England. Yes.
It is Home Office that will decide that one. Let me tell you, Home Office will decide
That is in England, not all over Europe, please.
I said in most countries.
Okay, not that is say specifically the country you are talking of, because a lot of people are listening to you. You say in England, don't say the whole Europe. Please keep talking, sir, please.
It is in Italy as well. You can Google it. You can make your research. It is also in Italy. It is also in America at this moment with the kind of legislation Trump has passed in. It is also in America right now.
Trump, his own parents are from grandparents are from Germany, so he should be deported. Trump is not originally an American. The parents immigrated. Let's keep talking.
President, you can't deport him. So anyway, let me round up this so that the other person can talk. In essence, what I'm trying to say is that we have to, as soon as possible, if you can, please try and take your children back home and settle down with them. This situation of going on holiday and coming back is not enough. And for those of us who think that because their children have settled down here, they are citizens, they are still second-class citizens.
They are not. Please, my brother, don't say something like this. This is Europe. We are unequal before the law. In Africa, you see injustice. You can say children born here. I disagree with you.
Like I said, it is happening in most countries. That is a legislation now that has been passed.
Europeans cannot make a legislation and say some people are second-class citizens. It's not done. I disagree with it.
No. You don't say in the legislation that they are second class. They are treated. What I mean by second class is that you do not have that right 100% like somebody, like a born British, white British.
You see that one, yes. But the issue, bro, is that if you live in this country, even for people that are not born in this country and you have a passport, you have the right, you still be protected by law.
Yes.
You can still apply for any job. You can work in any government department.
I talk about job. You're not understanding.
I get what you're saying about citizens. I get what you're saying about.
Be deported. The person can still be stripped of that.
Yes, but yeah, they can be stripped of that citizenship if they commit a serious offense. Yeah, that's the law that they've got now.
That's what I'm saying. They can be stripped of that citizenship by offense. And let me tell you, that offense, you know, if you read that legislation very well, they didn't specifically say the type of offense. It is the Home Office that will determine the offense.
Yes, but I think most of the people that the people that they strip of their citizenship, they are people that either fraudulently claimed for the when they applied for the like they did, they committed a fraud, or they got that citizenship through a fraudulent means. Then they strip the citizenship from them. People that when they commit crime, like fraud, serious offenses, the Home Office would definitely, withdraw that citizenship.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It is. Of course, they will wake up one morning and tell you that your citizenship has been stripped off. You know, they're not going to do that. This is Europe. They don't do like that. There is something you must commit, then they will do that. And now, what I'm trying to say is that it is left for the Home Office to decide whether this crime is enough for us to strip that person of their citizenship. So it is an open card for them. But they will call it crime. As long as it's a crime, it is left for them to decide. And they have the right.
Yes, they've changed the law in England. Uncle Roddy, I don't know about you said in Austria they don't have that law, which is good for you guys. In England, they've changed the law for people of that are not original English, British. They are.
Excuse me, let me come now. Ikem, you saw this Pakistani guy that came in now, this AP that spoke now. Did you listen to him? He said the grandparents came to England in the 1940s. Did you hear what he said? He said the first generation came in the 1940s. How can you? You see how many generations now? 25 years makes a generation. Now, you see how many generations that they have in UK. Are you telling me that children that were born, maybe first, second, third generation, you are going to strip them of UK citizenship? I don't believe it.
Okay, Uncle Rudy,
there's a lady, there's a girl, I don't know if you know about Shemaima Begum.
Shemaima Begum, that's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't know what Uncle Rudy, we are telling you what is happening in
Shemaima Begum, born and brought up in England, but she went and married a terrorist in Syria.
On that ground, excuse me, Ikem, on that ground, every country would do that. No country want to hear. Okay, let me tell you, Austrian law. The Austrian law is, as a citizen, you are not supposed to. The only ground they will strip you of Austrian citizenship is 2 grounds. If you go to fight for another country, Austria and Swiss are neutral countries. They don't involve themselves in war. Now, if you as a citizen, you are not supposed to go and fight war fight for any other country. Number 1. Number 2 is, if you decide to take another nationality, you'll be stripped of Austrian nationality. We don't have dual citizenship. So you are not supposed to fight for another country. Now, that is it. You don't fight for any other country, not even no country. If you do that, you'll be stripped of your citizenship. Secondly, if you go apply for another country's nationality, you'll be stripped of Austrian nationality. That's the only 2 grounds they can withdraw the nationality. Let me come now again. And whether it is in Germany, Austria, Swiss, anybody that involves himself in a terrorist act, no country will tolerate that. Even in your native land, if you involve yourself in terrorist acts, they will put you in prison, you will be punished for life.
Uncle Rudy, let me say one thing again. Because of what I said about being second-class citizens in the country. You know, there was a research done in UK if you're looking for a job now, and your name sounds Nigerian or your name doesn't sound...
But it happens everywhere, please. It happens in Nigeria, it happens in Ghana. There is discrimination everywhere, please.
You don't let me finish.
No. It happens everywhere. In Nigeria, don't you face discrimination in Nigeria?
No, we are talking the same...
No. Because you are talking as if only in Europe. It happens everywhere.
I'm trying to tell you what I'm...
Do Nigerians love themselves? Excuse me, sir. Do Nigerians love themselves?
You're not understanding.
Excuse me. What's going on? Don't you see tribalism in Nigeria? Don't you have religious bigots who come to power and mess the whole thing up? It happens everywhere. So it's not only about Europe here. Europe is even far more better. Don't tell me that people living here are second-class citizens. It's not true.
So what is racism all about? What is racism?
What is tribalism all about?
But you're not...
Now, what is tribalism all about?
I didn't say it is not happening in Africa.
Okay, if it is happening in Africa, it is happening in Europe too. So don't say it.
Are you trying to say that we shouldn't condemn it? We should condemn it both in Africa and in Europe.
Yes, but don't make it seem as if only in Europe.
Africa, to say that it is okay to suffer it in Europe. I am condemning it in Africa and I'm also condemning it in Europe.
Good. But don't make it seem as if...
I don't know why you keep stressing the point of Africa. We condemn it in Africa. We condemn it in every part of the world. That is what we should all join hands to.
So don't say children born in Europe. Nobody is a second-class citizen. Here I'm not a second-class citizen.
People are treated, it is not written on paper that you're a second-class citizen, but the treatment you get is the same as this.
It happens everywhere too.
I'm not saying that.
Okay.
It happens everywhere. I'm trying to tell you that sometimes, because of some policies that are made, people suffer some kind of things. And it happens in Africa.
Good.
We're talking our experience in Europe. I thought that was what we are trying to discuss here. Because I've been watching your podcast from yesterday. You were giving your experience in Europe.
Yes, but you know what happens? Okay, let me tell you, see. There is... here, we are all equal before the law. Individuals are the ones that practice this racism. When you go to court, we are all equal before the law. It is not, excuse me, this issue, the law protects everybody. The system protects everybody.
What is institutional racism? What does institutional racism mean?
Okay, when you talk about systemic racism, like what?
Institutional racism, can you explain?
Excuse me, now you ask and keep talking. When you talk about institutional racism, like children going to school and they are a kind of being discriminated upon or made not to pass their exams or whatever. Now, it happens also everywhere in the world. You still see at the end of the day, you still see some children still come up. We have lawyers, we have doctors, we have every politicians, even black lawyers, black doctors, black politicians in Austria. So life in I don't accept the fact. Even here in Europe, I'm treated more better than in Africa. No, in Africa, I was treated like a 10th class citizen. Here, I'm treated like a human being. I'm respected.
But the story you gave from yesterday didn't say that.
Okay, the story I gave from yesterday was when I have not got the documents. That time, if you are illegal in the country, they treat you like that. That is why Europe is organized.
Do you know why?
Excuse me. When I talk, if I talk finish, you talk. In Europe here, if you are illegal, they treat you as an illegal immigrant. When you get documents, you are legal, you have the rights. So when you don't have the rights, they treat you as an illegal. I was treated as an illegal immigrant. Okay, now, that time, if the police came and I showed European passports, they have not. Now I told you, many of us here, we talk, we speak our mind, we walk on the street like champions. You don't talk to us. It was then like that. Now no more, because a lot of us are Europeans now. It doesn't happen anymore. Then we had no documents. Now we are established. It's no longer happening.
Okay. Have you seen an American, a British, or a Canadian that is an illegal immigrant in Nigeria?
You say what?
Have you seen a Canadian or a Swedish or an American or an European that is an illegal immigrant?
This is why I told you African people have inferiority complex. I spoke about it. I'm going to make a program because African people feel inferior before these Europeans or anything white. That is the problem. And a lot of Africans do not know how to run an organized society. That is the thing. Because we are talking about if you are able to run your society well, anybody that comes into, no matter the person's color, or you are supposed to treat everyone equally.
Good. Okay, good. Why does a Canadian not regard? Have you seen a Canadian that is an illegal immigrant in UK?
If I have seen it, I don't live in UK.
Or your country in Austria? Have you seen a?
Yes, they deport them. They deport them. Even they deport Americans. They deport all of them here. Even American, white American, they are sent back. A lot of them.
Okay, no problem. Well, I will say my own experience.
Many Americans, my daughter has a white girlfriend from America. They came here, they were sent back. They cannot come here again. White people. White, that with blonde and a lot of them. I know many Americans that came here, they were sent back. It has nothing. When you have an organized society, things works well.
I know what you mean. Thank you very much.
You are welcome. Elite, I'm bringing you guys up now. In.
Hello.
Okay, you can talk now.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we are listening.
Uncle Rody, first of all, thank you very much for bringing me up. I really appreciate you. Now, the reason why I'm here is just to quickly give advice to whoever that is joining this platform, this channel. I'm a kind of a moderator for Uncle Rody, even though you do not see me as a moderator symbol. Now, what I'm going to advise you guys to do, when Uncle Rody bring you up, please try to mute. Let somebody finish their conversation. Uncle Rody is the one that is controlling his show. If he have any opinion that he wants to run, he have the right to interject. That's why they call it his own show. Please, let's respect one another. So, for instance, when Ikem is talking, Mr. Cosmos, please, you will be able to just listen to him, let him finish his thoughts. It's very, very important. We do not come on the line to talk like a barbarian. We come to talk as one. So, with that due respect, thank you very much, whoever that has been participating. Please do follow Uncle Rody channel. Follow his YouTube account as well. Watch his video. It's good for you to actually have something to talk about and say, oh, I do not agree with that. When you say you do not agree with that, doesn't mean we are not still kind of, we can't behave human to each other. You do not agree, then we can actually debate about it. This is the reason why we come upstairs to be able to talk about it. Now, thank you very much for letting me make that comment. Now, the other thing I'm going to quickly talk about is that the topic of this show was the fact that Uncle Rody is making it clear, like, when people cross over here or to any Western world, it's not easy again for you to say that, okay, you've now lived most of your life here because 25 to 30 years make a generation. It's not easy to now say, okay, you know what? As I have my children, I live all my life here. That's most especially if you have children. Then you now say, okay, and those children has become an adult. Remember, by the time they turn 17, they think on their own now. They turn 18, it's more difficult. Then it goes on like that. You now say you want to uproot them and let them go to live in Zimbabwe, in Namibia, wherever African country you come from. It's not only in Africa. It happened in Pakistan. It doesn't matter. It will be difficult for you to talk to your kids like that. They are adults. You don't talk to them now like they are just kindergarten people. You talk to them like adults. Are they willing to do that? Remember that they have their own mind too. Probably they are already settling down again. Maybe you are in Germany, but they want to go and settle in America. Now, when you say that they should settle back home, it's different. They're not going to settle back home like that. It's only if they choose to. And life will make them to choose to. Maybe they get a kind of a big job there. Ikem, you mentioned something Imagine somebody that is being paid £150,000 in a year, and you now want to be paying him £30,000 in Africa. He would think, he was like, no, I don't want that, because already his mindset is different. His budget is different. How is he going to settle down with £30,000 when he's already receiving £150,000 per year? It's different. Now, it's easy to say that, oh, let my children know my roots. Yes, we all understand that. Uncle Rudy he's not against that. You will tell your children about your root, not only telling them, okay, this is Namibia, this is where I come from. You take them there. That's fine. They have their passports. Remember, most of the passports in the Western country give you the right to travel to over 185 countries anyway without visa. You see, they've modernized this world that way. The people that they are on the institution. So, for instance, if you are the UK, you have your British passport, you can go to most of these, other country and be able to say, okay, you know what, spend a holiday there, 2 weeks, 90 days, whatever, you come back. That's fine. But that doesn't still justify what Uncle Rody is saying. He said that, can they settle down there? If you go and use your whole life money to build a house there, he's saying, who is going to live in that house?
That's the question.
When your children now say they want to be living in Spain, and you take all your money to build it in Lagos, that's what he's trying to say. Like, you need to think, like, there's a way you can, you see, you make a haze when the sun shines. You do things at some certain age. At a certain age, you say, I want to be happy, I want to be looking after my kids. So when you're between 25 to maybe 40ish, you're doing a school run. Sometimes when it goes over, when you started reaching the 50, man started thinking, do I still need to be doing all this school run too much? The school run I need to be doing have to be different. Maybe I'm doing university's run for them now. That's fine. But even university, they can do the run themselves. Those are the things Uncle Rody is saying. Try to enjoy yourself as well. As you are trying to think of them every time, it's good. You're a parent, you're a father, you're a mother. Fine. You're not living that. But you need to, at the same time, think of yourself, because you don't want to walk yourself into...
That's what I'm telling them. That's what I said.
Understand when, you see, for instance, let's say, Mr. Cosmos, you give a definition of something. It's good for us to listen. You need to be able to listen and be able to say, where is this guy coming from? Don't let us try argue and say, but you mean this, but he hasn't dealt with that. That will be another topic, another day. There's so many topics that you can go, but let's deal with exactly what he's saying, not counteracting and say, but you shouldn't go there. Now, coming back quickly, because I'm going to cut myself a little bit short and come down quickly. You guys, there's one gentleman here, I forgot his name, I think he has dropped down. He's saying that, oh, but you know what? As Canadian be an immigrant in United Kingdom, can they be an immigrant in America? My fellow brother, please, I'm sorry to say, with due respect, I will correct you. Don't say that again. Don't sound like that again, sir. Yes, they do. Immigrants, American immigrants in UK. Go and check their video even on YouTube right now as I speak. There will be illegal immigrants. They come here to study. If they do not go, the law will tell them to get back to their country. Even though they come from heaven, they will go.
It's true. That's what I told him. Even here in Australia, they send the Americans back. White people said.
They will send them back. Don't let us start thinking shallow of ourselves, like, because I'm black. When you started thinking like that, you're not going to move forward. And most of that thing is affecting us as a black individual, or as an African, majority of us, not all of us. People that they now started thinking outside of the box, like, okay, hold on a minute. It's not because, if you started judging every issue because of your race, you're never going to see past yourself. Do you understand? But when you see past yourself, then you can actually understand when they are dealing with you with the racial card as well. And say, okay, this person deal with me, this congregation, this kind of country deal with the racial card. Please, people are Canadian. If they are immigrants in United States, they send them back home. So please don't look at them because, oh, they are Oyibo or they are whites. Okay, guys, thank you very much for letting me share a little bit of my thought. Really appreciate you all. Love you. Uncle Rody, I respect you.
I appreciate you so much. Let's hear from Network, please. Let's hear from Network, and I bring in more people.
Uncle Rody, you are a mentor to me. Every morning when I my car to go to work, I watch your videos. We have to be real with ourselves here. I am married to a German wife for 16 years. We have 2 kids.
Okay.
And we have a house in Africa. This house, we are renting it, and 80% of the money is coming to finance part of our life here on holidays or whatever. Because, look, my kids, my wife is a doctor. I am an electrician. It doesn't matter. I have to make a decision of my life. Because the major problem with most of our brothers is we don't make decisions. You have to decide, where do you want to be? What do you want to do? One thing I said, I am not going back to Africa to live right now. Yes, the house I can rent it to bring income now. If I retired, I can go for there half a year with my wife. Yes, but I will put the house in my children's name, that if they want, they can sell it. If they want, they can do. But I cannot force them to go and live in Africa. And this, the other thing is, Uncle, people have to be real with themselves. Because you are enlightening people. You should write a book. You know, you should write a book, because we are denying of our own selves. You know, here, you can decide what you want to do. But at the end of the day, your kids grow up here. This is their homeland. And to tell them, you cannot just pack them and take them back. I would say, I thank you so much. You are a mentor to me, Uncle. Every morning, 6 o'clock, most of the time I look for your videos. I live in Germany for 17 years, and this is home for me.
Thank you. This is home for you.
Yeah,
that's it.
Home. Uncle, I am even thinking with my wife, we were talking about graveyards. Where will we, how to buy graveyards? Where our children can come and visit us? Because
network, you see now, this is what I'm telling. Some African people don't want to go that side. You see, we are the one. Heck, keep talking.
This is home, because let's not fool ourselves. How you can count in Europe? How many of our brothers went willingly back home?
Okay, let me come in. Let me just say one thing now. Did you know nobody knows when he will die or when she will die?
Yeah.
Sometimes you are planning to retire when you are 70 years and you die at the age of 40 something, and you will be buried in Europe here. Did you know that there are?
We are deciding graveyard. My wife is 39 and I'm 42. We are talking about yesterday over the day. We are saying, how much did it cost? We can buy a grave so that our children can bring flowers. This is the reality from now.
But I was talking about it. Excuse me. Did you know there are so many people who died accidental deaths? They did not know they were going to die.
Yes.
And then, excuse me, Miss Mendes, this is the reality. So many people, we are living on borrowed time. Nobody knows when he's going to go. And somebody who is saying he's going to Africa later might die tomorrow and be buried in Europe here.
Exactly. And if you don't even plan that you get born or whatever, you end up confusing your whole family here. So you have to plan things. Be real to yourself. That is the fact. Listen to Uncle Ronnie. Be real to yourself. And sometimes they have to understand some of your stories. It's not you, it's affecting you directly, like you are in a train. These are facts you are telling people. This is a daily thing that happens. And you are enlightening people. But it doesn't mean that this is Uncle Ronnie's life now or whatever. It's like you are enlightening people who don't have papers, who are new here. How they have to defend themselves. How they have to react to certain situations. But I really appreciate you taking me up, and I want to say thank you so much. You are like, I can't thank you enough. And whenever I'm in Vienna, I'll come over to see you.
Thank you. I appreciate you plenty.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. So let's hear from the next, Jallo. Jallo, let's hear from you, please. Ike Bello.
Okay, good afternoon.
You're welcome. We are listening to you.
Okay, I have been in your program many times. This is my first time I came to your program. We discussed something about this. Even about 4 or 5 months ago. I was in your program, we talked something like that. Let me tell you something. What you are saying is pure truth. Anybody want to deceive himself can play with his mind, hoping that he will go back to Africa. Listen, first time I'm from some place. I'm an Igbo guy. I'm living in Amsterdam. Even now, I'm at work. Now I'm talking to you. I'm at work. You can see me live. The only thing I have to say is, when we are coming, to come to know the problem. The problem we have is how we can go back. When we are living from Africa, Nigeria, we are getting this, you are enjoying dancing that you get that you're traveling. That's not the problem. The problem is that, are you going back to Africa? Okay, let me tell you, when I was coming to Europe, I gave myself 2 years to stay and go back to Africa. 2 years, I'm done. I'm back. Since 1996 to today, I'm still here, and I don't know where I'm going. You see it? Now I'm married, my kids are here, they're schooling here, they're doing everything here. How can they go back to Africa?
That is the question. This is the reality, my brother. Wait 1 second. This is the reality people don't want to face and hear. They don't want. When you have tap roots in the country you are living. And the thing is, the truth is, nobody knows when he's going to die or when she's going to die.
Yeah.
Keep talking.
Well, okay, and again, you know the worst thing? Our government, mostly in Nigeria, our government is not helping the issue. They are making things worse every day by day. Our economy is dropping, nothing is moving, life is less secure. You can go back to Nigeria now, going into your car, down to this is your car, if you buy a very good car, you're enjoying your car, no good road. And again, so I feel like I may fall on top of you because the bottom is nice. But here it's impossible to happen. You may go to Nigeria, you may want to cross the road, they like to be gone because nothing is moving there. We are in a jungle. Let me say, I'm sorry to say this, but Nigeria, we are living in a jungle. If you are bigger than me, can kill nobody care. But here in Europe, things is moving according to the law.
Well-organized society.
When you are into the trap, you face the law. You know before you do it, you know the law. You understand? So now people are going back to Africa. A couple of people having their bank Africa, doing everything Africa. Myself will go back, so we go back. They will go back once in a year. If you have the money to buy their case, they will go back once in a year. That's why I will say that they have to know their root. Let them know their root. They're from Africa, they're from Nigeria, something cases like this. But them to go to Africa or anywhere in Africa to stay, to live, to stay in their compound, to stay in their land, where is completely lie. It's not going to happen.
Thank you, my brother. Let's hear from Bag of Money. Let's hear, I appreciate it. Let's hear from Bags of Money. Then I round it up. Thank you, I appreciate you, bro.
Good afternoon, sir.
You are welcome. How are you doing?
I'm good. I appreciate what you are doing, like bringing on this topic to our awareness, because this is thing people don't like to talk about. We are Africans here. We are being hip to one another. You didn't tell nobody not to go back. It's an individual choice. Who wants to go back can go back. But when you go back, have you asked yourself, if you have not lived there for how many years, you want just suddenly, who do you think is going to look after you? We have that choice. We are opportunity like to come to abroad and give. God has blessed us. We have money, so you can go there, visit. But that's on you, not on your children. Your children are not luggage that you can just carry and just go and dump to say, come and live here. Is here I'm from. No, they have the choice. So me, I'm grateful that you bring this topic so that we can learn. In the fact of death, death is something us black people don't like to talk about. People don't keep money to say, oh, tomorrow, if I fall down and pass away, what is going to happen to me? We don't like to talk about that. So I'm very grateful that at least you are bringing this wonderful topic for us to enlighten ourselves, to say, oh, I have this choice now. I'm in Europe.
Please, you muted yourself. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. Banks of Money. Unmute. We are not hearing you. Okay, now.
Sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes, now we are here.
I said thank you very much for bringing this topic to sorry, I was having a phone call. I said because the fact is we Africans who don't like to talk about things that is uncomfortable to us. Like the topic you bring today, to lots of people, it makes them feel insecure. You as a man or as a woman, you have the choice. You are born in Nigeria. If you want to go to Nigeria, it's on you. It's your choice.
Yeah.
But for your children, it's their choice. If they want to say, oh, I want to come and know where my parents are from, it's on them to come and know. You can't force a child, a adult, because not a child. Because anybody over 18 years is an adult. You can't carry an 18 years old and say, come and live here for me, I'm from Sierra Leone. Come and live here in Sierra Leone. This is where I'm. No, I came here in UK. I live in United Kingdom. I came here when I was 15.
You see?
I see UK as my home for now.
You see?
UK is my home. I've been living here for 20-something years. I have children here. UK is my home. When I reach retirement age, if God grants me that age, I reach retirement age, then it's my own decision to see where I want to spend my whole age to. But I love the fact that you make it clear to say, have a plan B. You are living here. Where you are living is your home. Make yourself a home. Make yourself comfortable. If you want to go back home, get something there in Africa. So say when I go there, so you will not be a tenant. So you can have a house that you will live comfortable.
Thank you, I said this.
You can be coming here and be going back. It's not on you. So nobody should fight you about that. And in terms of old age, let people be planning their old age. If you live old, who is going to look after you? Let people be planning it. If you don't live till 50 years old, do you have life insurance if you fall down and die tomorrow? Who is going to do your funeral? Not when you die, people start borrowing money for your funeral. So thank you very much, host, for bringing the topic like this. We are learning, and I appreciate it, what you are doing, because me too, I'm learning. I've been listening to what you have been saying for over an hour now.
Thank you. I appreciate you, my sister. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. You see, I've discussed this before. Some people say Africa, Africa. And I'm talking about diasporas, African diasporas in European. Now let's go there. I said, these people that are saying, go back to Africa, go back, return Africa. How can you, for instance, I use myself as an example. If I should go back to Africa at old age, who is going to take care of me? And you don't have a functional system in Africa. Don't you see how old people are suffering in Africa? No nursing homes, that is old people's homes. The government does not care for you. So even let me forget about the monetary aspect of it. As a man of 75 to 80 years old, when your bones are weak, who will be there to take care of you when your children are in abroad? Do you want to be Abraham, biblical Abraham, that will born children, that will born a child at the age of 100 years? So it is when you relocate to Africa, you want to start having children at old age. Or would you prefer to be where your children are? Your children are in Europe, in America. Would you prefer to be there? See, when I make videos, I'm not telling you not to go. I'm giving you my own opinion. I'm telling you my opinion on how I see things. I'm not telling you, I'm not stopping you. When I make a video, if I drop a video, you have rights. It is your life. I'm just giving you my opinion, my own, how I see life. And I think about these things every day. It bothers me. I've gone home with my wife several times. Each time I went home with my wife, we were alone. In our compound, I was alone with my wife. People thought we are girlfriend and boyfriend because we did things by ourselves. We go to markets, we cook food, we stay in the compound alone. People thought we were girlfriend and boyfriend. They don't know we have children. At a time, my wife, she has came up with this issue more than 10 times. She said she is thinking about adopting a child, a girl. I said, don't do it. She said, if we go back to Africa, who will be running errands for us? She told me, she said she is thinking of, adopting a child, so that a child that will be there for us when we grow old, when we live in Africa. Now imagine somebody, as we grow older, somebody, when we retire home, say we are 70-something years, who will be there for you when your children are living in abroad? Some will say family members, extended family relatives. These people will disappoint you. They will come close to you for money. Immediately the money is not forthcoming. Some might even unalive you and take the small money you have. Do you understand me? So here, this needs a very careful planning. A very careful, you might say, hey, it's a very careful. I know many people. Somebody met me. One man met me, he said, Rodi, he said, I've learned a lot from you. All what you are saying on your program is true. They said they are having rethink. They're having rethink. You think it. You build house, you buy block, you build house, you've been building house. At the end of the day, you are not living in it. You fought like a lion to build house, you build house, finish. You are living in one room, in 2 rooms, in rented house in abroad, but you have a bungalow, a duplex, 5-bedroom in your village, in your country, but you are living like a mouse, like a rat in abroad. And sometimes there are people that built houses, they did not enjoy the house and they died. They built house. I made a video, some people are saying, they built houses, but they did not enjoy it. I told you guys, I said, there are so many people that bought land, they built houses. Who is this person that is making this? If this person that is making this comment, I will block you. This is not a platform for anyhow person. If you make any kind of comment again, I will block you here. I don't need you. You say, come back home. Who are you talking to? Stop misbehaving before I block you here. You see matured men and women here. Let me bring in some people. So watch what you comment. It's enough. You don't know anybody here that you are urging people to come back home. Nobody is coming to breastfeed you at home. You don't share the same destiny with anybody. You don't share the same destiny. So behave yourself. People are not coming home for you. Why are you so bad-hearted? Let me block this person. It's enough. Finish. I don't want to see this person here. Finish. Let's see.
Uncle Ruby, can I say something?
Yeah, keep saying.
Yeah, let me put this one. This is how I'm planning myself for the old age.
Okay.
Now I'm working and I'm talking because I didn't start work earlier. So when I started working, I go and check my.
Please, if I bring you in, excuse me, if I bring you in, you mute your telephone. Allow the person to talk, please. IK Bello, please make it brief. Don't so that others can speak.
So I went for HCI. I checked how much I can receive when I took in pension, which will be about 1,500 something. And I said that I want to pay extra money so that I can earn more money when I give my pension. So I'm paying more extra money, which is a very big money every month. So I take it now. I will get about 8,200 at the end of my pension. Let me check this thing. I'm planning to go back to Africa. But I know my family is not coming back to Africa. I'm a person, this is what I'm planning. I wish God will help me in that way because I may die tomorrow. If I wake up to 68, go back to Africa, that pension I'm taking there is enough for me to live in my compound. I have a map for it. Yeah. It's okay for me to live my pension, my life very well in Africa. That I'm coming here for people that are going back. And again, what I can do again is this. I may go and pay somebody, old woman or married old woman, cannot make an issue anymore, make baby anymore. We can live together because they can take care of me. Because I really want to die in Nigeria the way I plan myself. I'm talking about my future now, my personal future. I want to die in my land and build it here. This is what I wish.
No wahala. We see everybody. That's your wish, my brother. That's your choice. That's your wish. That is do what Please issue. That's what we keep saying here. I appreciate you. Let's hear from Prince, the Prince. Somebody, please. Mute your telephone. We've had you. Thank you.
Okay, I will go down. I will go down.
I appreciate you, Ike Bello. Thank you. Thank you. Let's hear from Prince and then the other person. Okay.
Hello, good afternoon to the house.
We are listening to
Good
you.
afternoon to the house.
Everybody's listening to you.
You see, this topic here, this topic is very, very sensitive. As I'm talking to you, there's something I've been thinking every day, and God is my witness. Before I left Africa, I was not having any child at all. I was not having any, say, girlfriend that will keep behind, say, if I come, I'll marry you, because I don't know the journey I to be when I was living. Now, I left Africa 2000. Guess how many years ago I stayed? I stayed in 2024. It was last year I went to Africa after 24 years.
Please, if you are not talking, you mute your telephone. What is the name of the person? Please, please mute your telephone so that we can hear him very well. What's the name of this person? Mute your telephone.
Hello, can you hear me?
We are listening to you. I was just telling the other person. Keep talking. You have a good point.
You understand? So what I'm trying to say is that when I got here, I came across a girl, and with the situation of things, I said, okay, let me just marry and settle down, because there will be no time. I got married at the age of 32.
Good.
You understand? I left Nigeria very young. I did not come to Europe straight. I went to the Arab country, passed through the desert and all that. It took me some time before I got here. You understand? I was not born in a golden family. You understand? So I find it very difficult when I came. What I'm trying to say is this. When I got married, my wife had one issue back home. You understand? Before she left, guess now during secondary school days, it can happen to anyone. So what I'm trying to say that if at the end of the day, I do all these things, build house, be this, be that, none of my children, even as small as they are saying it, they are seeing things happening in Africa. None of them will ever tell you that they want to go and stay in Africa one day. You understand? They haven't telling you first that they have seen these things here. In French, they call them marabout, all these negative things going on in Africa. They say they cannot stay there, a place where there is no light, where there is no security. And all over the news, even in France, they are saying now, they are seeing how people are dying. You understand? Even how things are going very wrong in the country. So at the end of the day, there's a friend of mine, he's a footballer. He's been playing ball here in Paris. He built estate, he got so many properties. He went to Africa for the first time, he came back. Only God knows what happened. He just fell sick, and I don't say he was sick because the younger brother we worked together until the next day. He came back from Africa, not to 48 hours. This guy gave up the ghost.
He died. There is the background. Excuse me. You have a good topic. The background noise is too much. The noise at the background is too much.
Okay, I'm in the resting room.
Okay.
That is why.
Okay.
That's what I can do about it.
Okay. Keep talking.
So at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say, at the end of the day, the guy corpse is here to be buried. The family have already started fighting for the properties back home.
You see?
You understand? Okay, me that is talking here, I have four kids, and that 4 kids are girls. My wife is always saying that, my family is terrible, that you don't know where Nigeria is. That you that has girls' children, are you sure that those things you have back home, they will give your children space? So my day, the thing is so short. I'm telling you, I'm not confused here, Uncle Roddy.
It's not.
I'm confused.
It is. That is how it is with everybody. But the truth is, children born in abroad, let's say only 5% might decide to go out of 100%. 5% might decide to go back to Africa. The 95% will remain here.
Really, this thing is really giving us problem. I'm telling you, it's really giving us
Big problem, Seth. Big one. Very big concern.
I will find difficult to even continue my program back home. I say, let me do 1 small 3-4 bedroom bungalow and leave it like that. Because the thing, I'm confused. I don't know if either to just keep my money here and live my life.
Who will live
back home is discouraging.
Who will live in that house? If you build it, finish. If you have no child there, who is going to live there? Let me hear from.
That's my point. My point.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, everybody.
I appreciate you. The next person, Sheba, Let me hear from the next person, please. Then we round it up, please.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is Archie from Ethiopia.
Okay.
I used to live in US. I think you listening to me?
Yeah, we are listening.
Okay. Thank you very much. I used to live in the US, Maryland. Now, as I informed you earlier, maybe 2 weeks ago, I came back to Ethiopia. Now I live in Addis Ababa. And, as a diaspora, I know we have difficulties that, we have a lot of choice abroad. But back home, we have a lot of challenges. Now I'm fighting for that challenges and doing community. You see, we should sacrifice ourselves to make Africa great. That is my aim. So that's why I came from America. I used to live in Maryland. Now I'm in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. So we have to sacrifice ourselves for the next generation. So we have to do something for our land. We know how we work there. And I know Uncle Rudy, you live in Europe. Europe and America is quite similar, the way they are receiving us. So in this case, we have to start our continent should be bright. That is my aim. And thank you very much. If there is any chance, I will come back again and I'll stop here. Thank you very much, sir.
I appreciate you. This is an Ethiopian brother saying we should develop Africa. He said it the last time we ran a live broadcast 2 weeks ago. We all have different opinions, everybody has his own. And you do, see, I know people who chose not to have children. There are people whose decision was to have many children. I know people here who chose to spend their entire life in Europe here. There are people who came here, they said they cannot live in Europe, they return back to Africa. Individual differences is what I'm talking about now. So what you want is not what another man wants. We all want our goals and our desires, what's it called, are different. Many people found comfort living in Europe here. There are people who don't find comfort living in Europe. So because there are people who like Africa. You may like Africa. Somebody else may not like Africa. This is why if you go to every country, you see different races and the ethnic groups. People who traveled, Trump grandparents, great-grandparents came from Germany. Why didn't they go back to Germany? Why haven't some went back, some remained behind? So do what pleases you, as simple as that. Where that place you found happiness, stay there. It's not force. That place you found happiness. That place, man, I'm going to make more videos. I'm coming back later. It comes to a stage in life where you do what makes you happy, what pleases you. Because you cannot live another person's life. It is your life. It is my life. If you say Africa, I'm not coming to Africa for you. I don't know you. Even if I come to Africa, I'm not coming to your village. I'm not living in your house. I'm not eating your food. Do you understand me? I want to do what makes me happy. Live where I will be happy. Live where I will have peace. Why should I go to where I will not have peace? Because it is called home. Why should I go to where I will not have electricity supply? I have no access to to good health care because it is called home. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Why should I go to where I can be kidnapped? My life may be cut short Where I could, armed robber may attack me and you may be harmed and nothing will be done about it. I've seen people who are content creators in Africa. As they run their live broadcasts, the electricity supply will go off. Where, imagine, after living in abroad for 30-something years, you go to where you have no electricity supply. Some will say solar energy. You go to where you don't have decent water to drink, where you don't have security, because it is home. Where people will keep troubling you up and down. See, I like staying at home every day. I stay at home most of the time and I have peace. I don't even have friends, but I'm good. I go online, I talk to you guys. Nobody makes problem to me. I don't make problem to nobody. You understand me? See, we're talking about home. I see videos, even sometimes when my wife asks me, "Oh God, do you think we can cope with this system? Are you sure?" We are talking about, not then talk about children born in abroad. My wife is asking me if we can cope with the system in abroad. I mean, at home. Fuel scarcity, high rates of insecurity, a lot of things. Decayed infrastructures, and so many things. Where you can be harmed or you can be brutalized and nothing will be done about it. So guys, I want to say thank you for being part of this broadcast. I want to end this broadcast now. I'm coming back later with another interesting topic. You know, each time I bring people in, it takes longer. If you are not following me, follow this page. So, you know, this is how we do it. We speak reality here. And there are so many other important areas we're going to touch. Do you understand me? Somebody said there is fuel, I should come back with money. Money, I don't. If I carry you. So guys, I want to say, so guys, I want to say thank you guys for being part of this broadcast. I appreciate everyone. Well, I'm coming back later tonight. It's weekend. I'm not going. I have a story to tell you guys. Plenty stories. So stories day. I'm coming back with a banger, interesting story, true life stories. Come, you are going to learn from it. It's not going to be about. I'm going to talk about life experiences and lessons. So, see you guys later on. And don't forget to join us tonight, later. Don't forget to join us later tonight. It's going to be hot. Guys, since 2 days I've not eaten. See my stomach. Since 2 days I've not eaten. I'll tell you guys why. So see you. Don't forget, go to my YouTube channel and follow my YouTube page. Elite S, I see you. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody who contributed, everybody who shared, everybody who liked. You guys are great. Angolan food. If you give me Angolan food, I will eat. Oh. What is it? Angolan food. If you give it to me, I will eat. Oh. Daughter of Zion, I see you. If you give me Angolan food, I will eat. I eat it, but at the moment, I don't want to. When I went to do blood test, My cholesterol, what is it? Cholesterol level was so high, so high. Wait, when I come back, we are going to gist. Now, take care of yourselves. That's why I'm not eating again. I want to burn it. Quell girl, also Angola. I will visit many African countries. I'm going to visit many African countries. So, guys, take care of yourselves. And see you later tonight. It is weekend. Don't forget to tune in. Join us later. See you guys.